Welcome back to No Spin Sports. This is your host, YouTube host, Fia Polly speaking. This section is kind of like the PTI email question and answer session. And before I talk about this, I just want to say one thing. I am so proud of Hawaii for getting to where they were and going undefeated this year, and going all the way to the Sugar Bowl and getting good money for their program back in Hawaii. However, that's not what I'm talking about. And remember, I give props to Hawaii football players and coaches. However, there's been some comments on my first YouTube clip on the preview of Georgia and Hawaii, and I was simply stating facts and stats and the reason why Hawaii was not going to win, and why Hawaii shouldn't even be in the BCS game to begin with because of their very, very weak schedule. So, let's go to the comments on my YouTube clips before the Sugar Bowl. First comment from Poons09. He says, "Keep talking. We'll see what happens after the Sugar Bowl. I'll be back here to telling you to suck it." That's great. Glad you have great grammar. Where you at? Anyway, these are the kind of people that I absolutely hate on YouTube. Or anywhere else for that matter. People that can't back up their facts with stats. People that can't back up their facts at all. All they want to do is yell and scream and holler about absolutely nothing and have nothing to back it up with. So, here's a little video that I found on YouTube a couple weeks ago that was taken off about 10 seconds after halftime of the Sugar Bowl. Wow, that's a video that I would probably be very, very embarrassed by, and I probably would have took it off at halftime too. I mean, come on, people. Do not talk trash and then not be able to back it up after the Sugar Bowl. I have never talked trash. I've only talked trash when somebody starts it first. Anyway, let's go back to our comments. Case Electronics. So when Hawaii wins, what will be your follow-up? Have you seen Hawaii play this year? Yes, I have. Georgia has a good team, but Hawaii is the better team in this championship. Well, I've only got one score for you, 41-10. Where's that now? Rinchu Mainichi says, "I'm glad people like you are around. If it wasn't for people like you talking so much, Hawaii proving themselves on January 1st wouldn't feel so dang good. Thank you for this video." You're welcome for the video, and nothing was proven. Hawaii Rude Boy. LOL. Okay, Howley, keep talking that mess. First of all, it's very, very hard to go undefeated no matter what. I don't disagree with you more. I mean, this is a great statement. But you can't play Division I AA teams all year and go undefeated. I mean, come on. Man, if you don't already know this, then you don't know much about college football. Most of the true experts on college football have already given Hawaii their props. Well, first off, experts, I don't think so. Because I predicted that Hawaii was going to get blown out. I predicted that Hawaii shouldn't be in the Sugar Bowl, and the so-called experts put them there. Anyway, they wouldn't let them in if they didn't think they belonged. They didn't belong, but hey, thanks to great technology, morons like you can share your opinions too. You must feel empowered now, huh? Well, first off, of course I feel empowered, but it's a very humble empowered because I knew exactly what I was predicting when I predicted it. Another comment by Hawaii Rude Boy. Also, anything but a blowout by Georgia of Hawaii is a loss for Georgia and the entire SEC. Well then, apparently the SEC won big And everyone knows this. If Hawaii loses, but it's a good game, it's still going to be an unofficial loss for Georgia. He was already making excuses if his team Hawaii lost. Let's go to Danny T92548. He says, "Finally, I cannot wait to be back here after the game to hear all your sorry excuses." Well, Danny, I haven't seen you around since the Sugar Bowl. Apparently you're somewhere making a lot of sorry excuses. And plus, I would have gave Hawaii their props if they won. I even gave Hawaii their props, and they didn't win because I think they're still a great football team, just not that great. Anyway, let's go to the person that I made this YouTube video for in the first place. His name is Razzoro. He says, "Are you serious? This is the best football comedy I have ever seen. Hawaii shouldn't even be in the BCS Bowl? That's the best one I've heard yet." Of course it's the best one you've heard yet, Razzoro, because they shouldn't have been there. Have you heard what the Georgia football teams have done? Yeah, I have. I can tell you this. Not a single one of the players have given an ounce of disrespect to Hawaii football players. I don't give an ounce of disrespect to Hawaii football players either. I give more than an ounce of disrespect to you. Like I said, Hawaii is a great football team and their players are class acts. Another thing, Razzoro, to all ludicrous Georgia fans, would you kindly remove Noshawn's male genitalias out of your mouth? You make it like he's the god or something. Yeah, he had his streaks the last few games, but come on, that streak comes to an end right now, right here. Noshawn ain't gonna know what hit him when the Polynesian spear is up his narrow butt. Wow, what a great comment, considering that Noshawn, the one that he wasn't even healthy, had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Come on, Razzoro, stay with me here. Another great comment by Razzoro. Noshawn is way overrated. How the heck will someone be able to run with a Polynesian spear embedded deep in his butt? Do your math, you dumb hillbillies. Run plus spear up your butt equals no can do. Well, apparently us hillbillies went and did our math, and we figured out way before the game that Georgia was going to win because I did the math and I showed you the math, and you still wouldn't take it as fact. I'm sorry, Razzoro, but you can't do math. Maybe you're the hillbilly. The last thing he says, "Oh my gosh, SEC is a monster. When I first saw Mississippi State put a bunch of points against UCF, that made me so scared. Then today Georgia Tech puts 28 points against Fresno State. Now I know what they mean by the power of the SEC. Warriors, we are screwed big time. Calling Warren June Jones. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do now?" Well, I guess, Razzoro, you didn't find June Jones's number, did you? I got it. You want it? You should have called him before the game, big boy, because the SEC is a power. Because right now they are 6-2 in bowl games, and the WAC is 1-3. There's some math for you. And LSU's got a championship game to win, and that would make them 7-2. So do the math there. However, I will give Razzoro some props. He is the only one on my YouTube clip that came back and said he was wrong. He said, "Guys, Georgia outclassed us in all aspects." Actually, Razzoro, Hawaii was not outclassed. You were outclassed. Hawaii did everything right. They played a great game. It's just they weren't fast enough. They were just too slow. It has nothing to do with class. You're the only one that's been all over the internet talking about all this mess, immaturity, crap, and things like that. That's the whole reason I'm doing this video clip, is because of you. So, Georgia outclassed you. And he says, props to Georgia and the SEC. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because everybody has to be accountable for what they say. I'm not pointing this at the University of Hawaii Warriors or their coaches or anything on their staff. I'm pointing it to the people that made stupid comments on my YouTube clip, and they were wrong. I knew I was right before I even started, so I had the upper hand. Anyway, the last person, I have something for you. Johnny Two Shanks. He loves my video clips, talks about my ironing board and my thong that's over here. Well, hey Johnny, let's have a look at my thong. Looks like a nice thong to me. Go Longhorns. This is Fia Polly for No Spin Sports. I hope you enjoy.